What's going on, everybody? This is Mortym, and welcome back to the Autopsy. I know I haven't posted anything in like over a week, actually, and I have a pretty good reason for that. But first, just to give you an idea of what this episode is going to be about, we're going to be talking about The Witcher 3, Elder Scrolls Online, and lastly, The Division and the recent incursion patch drama. So, first of all, though, I want to start out with this channel update. I recently got promoted at my full-time job. Now, what that means for my channel is that for a few weeks, I'm going to have to kind of sort out a new schedule, because while my overall hours will be the same, it's just they're going to be at a different week. They're going to be kind of squashed together during the week, different days off and all that. But not to mention, I'm actually switching shifts entirely. I actually work third shift now, but I got to switch on to days. So my schedule's a bit of a mess. Sorry ahead of time, but it's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie to you as far as channel updates go, posting videos and all that stuff. But nonetheless, here we are, so we're gonna talk about the gaming news and not my boring real life. Now, so the first thing I wanted to talk about are the two release date information, then we'll get to the Division, which is a mess. So, Blood and Wine, we hadn't heard anything, a lot of it, which is the Witcher 3's last planned expansion. Blood and Wine, as you might guess, has to do with vampires. And if it was any other developer, I would actually be kind of bummed out about that. But because it's CD Projekt Red and they're almost guarantee about going over the top with things, I'm actually kind of pumped to see what they do with it. Any other developer, I'm not sure I would give them that benefit of the doubt. But because it's CD Projekt Red, I'm actually kind of excited to see what they do with a whole vampire-themed expansion. But we'll see how it goes. The rumored release date is June 7th. Nothing hard confirmed, but they have released screenshots finally, and they've kind of given some word. The tentative release date, shall we say, should be June 7th. It might change. We'll find out. The second thing is Elder Scrolls Online's Dark Brotherhood DLC is coming May 31st. I believe it actually hit the PTS server today. And that's awesome, but I actually hate PTS servers, especially for stuff like this, because it's like, oh, hey, do you want to play a super buggy version of that thing you're really looking forward to that doesn't count towards your progression at all? Public test server. I don't know. I just hate it. But that's me personally. I'm sure some people love to jump in and get that early first glimpse, but I'm not going to do it. I would prefer to see the polished, finished version, and I don't want to deal with any bugs. It just kind of ruins the experience for me. So, May 31st, they've been having that, they have a pretty steady theme as far as releasing that in their crown store. It usually winds up being 4,000 crowns for the collector, 2,000 for the base downloadable content, and that, in real money terms, usually comes out to about $10 to $15 for the base game, 20 to 30 for the collectors, depending on how many crowns you buy. So that's all good and well. So that brings us to the Division's kind of fiasco, really. It started off good, and it went downhill fast. So fast. So they recently released their incursions patch, which was like their big in-game 4-man, but they're kind of like raid difficulty. They are hard. Like, Jesus Christ. I played one of them, and even with groups, I couldn't clear like half of it. And it was just an awful experience. I didn't care for it at all. But difficulty aside, some people are into that. I'm not going to knock the developer for making something super hard just because I personally couldn't get through it. I'm sure they have their crowd that is for that. The drama came with the fact that it has been glitch after glitch after glitch with those incursions. It started out with, I'm not exactly sure how this one worked. I just know that people's characters were getting deleted because of the patch. Something about it was deleting people's characters. There was a excuse me. There was some backpack glitch. There was a damage stacking glitch that was letting people like two-shot the incursion bosses, which was crazy because those guys are super hard. That one was actually fixed pretty quickly. And it's getting to the point where they've just ruined so many people's opinions because this one patch came with so many glitches on what was supposed to be this big milestone feature for them outside of their player versus player Dark Zone stuff, that a lot of people are like just pulling out entirely. Like, well, this is all you have to offer, Ubisoft, is glitches and a patch that has a lukewarm reception. They just don't want to play it anymore. And I hate to say it, but I'm kind of with that crowd. I have not had fun with anything at all group-wise in that game. I actually loved the story. It was really fun. It was engaging. I really enjoyed going through all of those missions and exploring New York. I got a bunch of the collectibles and stuff and just hanging out. I loved that part of it, but the second I get into any group content in that game, it's just a terrible experience for me. And the matchmaking's great. You get matchmaking super fast. Like you can get a group crazy fast. But it almost seems like Ubisoft's concept of difficulty is, well, let's just make it to where this guy shoots you and you die, which is fine in terms of realism. Obviously, that's how that works. But when I'm playing a game, I don't want to get hit once and die. That just sucks. I think it actually winds up being like 2 or 3 shots. 1 shot is a bit of an exaggeration, but still, pretty much every group content, that's pretty much all it takes. If you're not like the big tank guy, you get hit twice and you're just dead. Which is disappointing. I don't know. I didn't care for it. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. I'm going to finish up with that and stop rambling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Autopsy. If you do like the content, I hope you subscribe. But have a great day either way.